Hello all my chickadees! Welcome back to my nest! Today we're going to be continuing After Hours of Five Nights at Freddy's fan game about Sun and Moon. You know, the best boys. We got pretty far in the first part and I'm hoping we can wrap everything up in this part. There are 3 different endings and I'm going to try to get all of them. We'll just see what's happening. Alright, let's see, where did we leave off? Load game. We were here, right? I guess the 4th chapter? Okay, it should be after, Vanny popped up outside the daycare and scared the bejesus out of us. Alright, if you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you go and check it out on my channel. Because we're gonna dive in and check this out. So, break time? I sigh. I can't. I have to finish this. Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one. Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out. Come on, Sparrow, please. I make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking. A lot. Ooh, yay, more puzzle. Okay, Ooh, one. Sparrow, no! What the? Sun suddenly grabs my wrist and practically drags me away from the wall. You're shaking! It's not safe to do that now. Aww. He's like, listen, you're shaking, you should not be working with these wires. Technically, he's not wrong. Hell, I'm practically vibrating. You're sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I notice Sun's rays are shrinking a bit, and he's avoiding eye contact. Sun? Was it an energy drink? Sun, what did you do? Okay, maybe I put some drops in the drink. I thought it would help. He says it so fast that his words start splitting together, but I can still understand him. Seriously? I'm sorry. Sun lets go of my wrist and staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. Uh-huh. Okay, the sun drops. It's not candy. Sundrop candy? It's not energy candy, is it? Maybe I don't know. But he put more caffeine and sugar in the drink, so no wonder we're vibrating. I try to go back to the cables, only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Sun, really? I know I messed up, but messing with a cable and machines with shaky hands isn't safe. Go along with it. I sigh. You really think so? Sun stares at me for a second before nodding. I raise my eyebrow at him, but I decide to stop resisting. Alright, fine. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment, but suddenly picks me up. What? 1 second. I notice the cable lowering. No, Sun, no. You are not good with the cable. You almost killed us last time. Good lord, not again. Sun, no. I'll be careful this time. The cable lifts us off the ground much more slowly. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. Since he's not rushing, the ride isn't nearly as reckless. We're only in the air for a few moments before Sun steps into the small balcony that leads into his room. Yay, we're going to their room! Okay, why are we here? Just a precaution, that's all. Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. Oh, yay, they put us up here. Oh, it's the disheveled version. Oh, poor babies. There's a small staircase leading into the space, which only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent lights behind us. There's some fairy lights strung to the wall, but several of the bulbs are broken or dim. The floor is wooden and looks like it hasn't been swept in ages, and there's various random objects strewn around the floor. Plushies, stools, foam shapes, and other things. In the corner, next to a small chair, is a broken staff bot, its body mangled and its head ripped off. I hear Sun give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less than colorful living space. Welcome to my room? Ask why it's messy, ask why it's so dreary. Aww. Well, maybe it's messy because he doesn't really have time to do anything, because they're always cleaning up the daycare. But, I feel like it'd be insulting to ask if it's dreary. But it is kind of dreary with a broken staff bot right here. And it's all dirty and stuff. Huh. For someone so happy, this place feels sad. I don't mean that as an insult or anything, just the vibe I'm getting. No, I get that. Normally, we don't get visitors, and we're so busy that we never really considered it. Huh. Well, Sun goes and plops down onto the single beanbag chair in the corner of the room. Whatever you want to do up here, feel free. Okay. I look around a bit, seeing if anything in particular catches my eye. One corner is covered with various drawings, most likely from the kids Sun and Moon look after on a daily basis. There's also a few messy rag dolls and other little things made to look like them, placed neatly on a small table. In another corner, what appears to be a hole in the wall leads into another room. My eyes land on Sun again. Aww. The damaged staff bot rests in his lap as he tries to reattach the head. Oh, did they take it so it wouldn't be thrown out? So they could try to fix it? Oh. He doesn't even seem to notice me watching at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it makes me wonder how that bot got up here in the first place. But maybe I should leave that question for later.
No. No.
Fuck. But maybe I should leave that question for later. Ask about the drawings, investigate the small room. I want to investigate. The hole in the wall is just big enough for me to crawl through. Dust greets me on the other side. Lots of dust. Dreading the oncoming sneezing fit, I take a look around the small room. Some glam rock drawings occupy the wall, boxes cover the floor, and clothing rack joins the drawings. So they have so much random stuff in their room. There's also a random wooden board. Is this a spare storage room or something? What catches my attention the most, though, is a Soul arcade machine in the far left corner. That's the Balloon Boy game. It's really dusty, and looks as though it hasn't been touched in decades. Above the screen reads the title of the game, Balloon World. Despite the game clearly being abandoned for a while, the screen still flashes between a leaderboard and a screen reading insert coin in a pixel font. I don't have my wallet on me right now, otherwise I'd give the game a try. Maybe I can return before I leave if I have the time. For now, there's not much else to see here. However, as I make my way back to the hole in the wall, I notice that the lights in Sun and Moon's rooms are out. Actually, scratch that. They're just gone. The lights burned out. I jump slightly, turning to see Moon right next to me, holding the coiled up lights as he goes to sit in the beanbag chair. Oh. I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this, but the people in charge of this place aren't known to splurge. I'm not arguing with you. I will give them some credit, though. If it weren't for them being stingy, I might not even be here right now. What? Remember that bug we were mentioning? I nod. Moon leans back in the chair, facing the ceiling. If you want, I can tell you some things. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes, and why the generators are in the place structures. I nod before drawing a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is and sitting down. Tell us a story! Where do I start? Well, how did you deal with it? Is that why they closed the daycare? What? What do you mean, is that why they closed the daycare? They said they were... Oh, the bug, yeah. Is that bug the reason they closed the daycare? I know the place was shut down for a while, but I didn't know why at the time, as that was a few months before I started working here. Moon nods. It was a safety precaution. They needed time to fix what was wrong with me, so for a while, no one but the staff was allowed in here. So the bug mainly affected you? Technically. However, I would be lying if I said Sun wasn't affected at all. While the staff was using the generators to deal with me, Sun was left on his own for a while. Aww. I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what that felt like for him. Oh. Sun would go weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me to deal with. He sighs, arms spread out onto the floor as he stares at the ceiling. I should have fought against that bug harder than I did. Well, that certainly clears some things up. They just abandoned Sun for weeks? That sucks. But it still doesn't answer everything. I still have no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but from what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That and how the bug came about in the first place is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the time to ask. What did the bug do? Did you just go bonkers? You weren't in control. Oh, we got a point. Well, you weren't in control of yourself, right? No, I wasn't, but then stop being so hard on yourself. I'd say you're more than making up for it now, and I think Sun agrees with me. Yeah, he does. Exactly. Oh, look at him! Oh, he's so cute. A small smile creeps onto the Moon's face as he sits up. If only the rest of the staff were just as nice. How are you feeling, though? What? Is all that extra sugar starting to wear off? I completely forgot about that. Even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, I think so. Alright then. Please don't slip us any more sugar tonight, okay? I don't know if our heart can handle it. Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the label cup lowers to his level. Ready to continue? Yeah, one sec. Checking my phone for the time and any new notification, I push myself off the floor, one hand on the curtain-covered walls for support. However, I felt something stick to my palm when my hand pulled away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's been likely taped to the wall. What catches my eyes, though, is one word written in bold black letters. Missing. I don't get a good look at the small poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it. Sparrow? Yeah. I quickly cover up the poster with the curtain before speed walking to Moon. The lights from the daycare shining onto the balcony cause Moon to transform back into Sun, who waves at me. Ready? Ready as I'll ever be. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from it was the victim was 7 years old. Just a kid. So, what do you think? Huh? Of what Moon told you about the bug. Oh. It must have been hard for you both. It's a bit worrying. Oh, yeah, you got a point. I think it must have been really hard for you two. Since Moon wasn't in control of himself and you were basically isolated here for what, weeks? Sun sighs as we walk to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back. I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though. It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too. Not having him around for that long was not fun. I shrug. Hey, I'd say at least you two at least learned something from it. Not that it completely cancels it out, but you know. Not Sun nods, smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. I take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Well, I'm officially pulling an all-nighter. Nothing I'm unfamiliar with. Alright, let's try this again. Now that our hand's a little stabler. He slipped more sugar in our drink. A little stinker, too. I thought we were actually going to blow something up. And that's why he grabbed me at first. Let's see. Yay! I stay seated on the floor for a minute, stretching my arms above my head as I lay down on the cold, hard tile. Sleeping in that chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. I closed my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent lights pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow manage to break through. I stay like that for a minute until something blocks out the light. Opening them, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees. Are you okay, Sparrow? I toss an arm over my eyes. Yeah, I'm good. Need a hand? I hear his footsteps as he moves around me. A good enough sign to peek out from under my arm, as any. Sun's giving me an outstretched hand. Oh, let's take his hand. Breathing out a laugh, I set my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. He smiles brightly as he pulls me up, putting his other hand on my shoulder for balance. Thanks. No problem. Sun gives me a pat on his shoulder before starting to walk back to the desk. I'm about to follow him, but I stop when I notice something. A few handprints on his back, along with bits of what I'm assuming is paint and a marker ink. Sun? Yes? Is that paint on your back? Oh? Sun laughs bashfully, waving his hand. That's nothing. You know how kids are. Well, yeah, I figured. Does the maintenance staff help you with that at least? All he does is fidget with his hands, eyes towards the computer. They don't, do they? Well, that answers it. Ask why. Eyebrows furrowed, I follow Sun back to the desk. The staff really can't be bothered, huh? Huh? I leaned over the desk, resting both arms on it as I look up at him. I don't know, the way you've talked about the staff here, do they really care about that little about you and Moon? Sun shrugs, trying to keep the mood up. Well, we're not for everyone. Some don't mind us, others do. But we try. Uh-huh. So, you're sure it's fine? Sun nods, the bells on his wrist emitting a soft chime as he gives me a double thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Huh. You think whoever's at parts and services would be more on top of things? Well, I'm sure they're busy. There's no need to bother them. Every part of Sun's body is giving off a different signal. His hands wave everything off. His rays shrink back and his smile is forcing his way onto his face. Something wrong? No! I blink. Sun clearly knows that I'm not convinced. Just, they're busy enough as it is. I wouldn't want them worrying about us. Is this about the bug? Sun staring at the floor, one hand fidgeting with the ribbons around his wrist. He nods. Well, if you want to talk about it. If not, it's... No. Mooney already let you, in on it. It's only... No, Mooney already let you, in on it. It's only fair that I tell you some things too, right? If you insist. Well, while the daycare was closed, we really weren't seeing anyone. And of course, the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. They mainly stopped by to install the generators and make sure we were working to keep Moon away. And I heard some of them talking once. One of them asked if they really needed to keep both of us around after. Oh. So that's why he doesn't like parts and services. He's still worried they're gonna get rid of Moon. Oh. They were considering shutting Moon down? Oh, that's horrible. They like have all this pressure on this robot right here. This animatronic. Like, Son takes care of the kids and tidies the place up during the day while the kids are here, and then Moon has the job of like patrolling the entire freaking pizzeria to make sure that no intruders are going on. And I mean, if a bug got into their system and messed it up, I mean, it's not their fault. And if they fixed them, they shouldn't have to worry about that. I want to know what happened to the bug. Did it make Moon violent or something? Is that why they were thinking of getting rid of him? They're cheapskate skates. They're not paying proper attention to the boys. I didn't check, but I wonder if this game was completed before the DLC dropped, because there's more Sun and Moon lore that came out in the DLC for Security Breach, called Ruin. But I mean, this story was probably written and came out before that happened, so it wouldn't be relevant. Everything's fine now. I know that I still can't help but worry, though. I don't know if I can handle being completely alone here. Moon did mention Sun being isolated for a while. But is the staff did all that just to keep Moon at bay? Huh. Try lifting the mood. Oh, we should try lifting the mood, but I want to know what Moon did. No! I didn't mean load, I meant save. Oh my gosh. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. That took a while. We should probably lift the mood and make him happy, but I want to know what Moon did. If you don't mind me asking, what exactly did Moon do? Sun looks at me. Silent. Just curious, since apparently the staff had to go to those lengths just to keep him out. Can't help but wonder, you know? Sun lightly hugs himself. He looks towards the computer. Maybe it would be better if Moon answered that? I follow his gaze. The computer screen sitting idly waiting for me to issue the usual command. I guess. Maybe I should try steering this conversation back on track. So, how do you feel about how things are now? I fidget with the scroll button on the computer mouse. Glancing at the time, we're already almost halfway through the hour. Didn't think my shift would include this much talking. At least that makes this job more interesting than sorting cables in silence. I can definitely say I like how things are. Feels nice knowing everything is almost back to normal. That's good, at least. Sun suddenly grabs my shoulders and forces me to face the computer. Keep going, then. I don't want to keep you from your responsibilities for too long. Fair enough. I look back at the time and sigh as Sun sits on the desk again. For fuck's sake. I would have inhaled a whole bottle of melatonin pills if I knew I'd be up this late. Sun seems to do a double take, pointing at me like he wants to say something before backing off. What? Language! He was like, oh, he wanted to reprimand us for cussing, and then he backed off. He was like, oh, wait, he's an adult. He can do that, right? There's no children here. I raised an eyebrow, cracking a slight smile at his antics. Son, I'm an adult, and there's no one around. I know. It's just force of habit. I snicker at that. Even when he's not working, he has a filter. Try to make son cuss. That would be cute. That'd be cute. But let's just say that's cute. That's kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie. Look at the baby. Oh, he's adorable. Son says nothing for a moment, his ray spinning as he sits cross-legged on the desk. I wish we had a gallery for all this artwork. It's so beautiful. What? I shrug, checking my phone for any notification. Just the fact that you don't cuss. At all. You definitely could. It's not like you'd get in trouble for it. But you just, well, don't. I think he'd get in trouble if he cussed in front of the children. I have to. I'd rather not even risk saying something bad in front of the kids out of habit. How about Moon? Does he have a 24-hour filter? About that. I think the bug affected his filter is a bit, so... It's not funny. It kinda is. So, Moon can cuss. Son silently puts both hands on either side of my head before gently making me turn to face the computer before letting go. I roll my eyes, once cracking a smile at his antics. He's like, get back to work. Alright. See you in a bit. The usual. Lights out, moon's out. Sitting cross-legged on the desk. So, about that filter. Yes, I can say fuck. What about it? Just straight away. He's like, yes, I can say fuck. He knew what was coming. I blink, not expecting that. Or at least not expecting him to do that so soon. Nothing. I step back from the desk, feeling a headache coming on when I start walking towards the play structures. Thankfully, it feels like a normal I only slept for 10 minutes headache, and not the weird rabbit lady is about to kill me headache. Never did I think I'd be happy for my headaches to be from lack of sleep, as if this night couldn't get any weirder. Moon hops off the desk and catches up with me. Honestly, I think I deserve workers' comp for this, because I'm definitely not being paid enough to barely survive nearly being murdered by a woman in a rabbit onesie. Don't joke like that. Right. Moving on. That aside, you'd be lucky if they even believed you. Moss makes a gesture asking me to follow him, and I tag along as he guides me towards the fourth generator. Not that it's your fault. They just not what you call urgent. Again, don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not trying to get scrapped anytime soon. Yeah, good plan. Oh my god, they better not scrap them. I could faintly see the red light on the next generator behind the frame of the center structure. Just one more after this and I'm home free. One more and I get to leave. I'll leave not knowing when or if I'll see these two again. Oh, let's break them out. Let's break them out. Might as well get any questions out of the way now. Hey, random question. Ask what the bug made him do. Ask where the bug came from. Oh no, he wouldn't want to talk about it, would he? Would they even know where the bug came from? The staff put these generators to deal with you, right? Moon says nothing for a bit. Doesn't even look at me as we make our way up the structure. Yes. Really hoping this doesn't upset him. What happened exactly? Like, what did you even do? Silence. Moon stops. I also stop, remaining just a few feet away. I wait for him to say something. Anything. Moon? Nothing. He keeps his back turned to me. It's better if I don't say. What? Moon. It couldn't have been that bad. And if it was? I can't find a response for that. But if it really is as bad as he says. No, there's no way. I mean, you did say you had no control when. Drop it, Sparrow. I'd rather not think about it. Not now. Can I at least ask why? I don't like talking about it. I keep quiet as Moon continues guiding me. Oh no, he might have gotten violent and hurt kid or something. My mind wanders back to the poster I saw in his room. I'm hoping that I'm just overthinking this, and the poster being there is just an unfortunate coincidence. However, my thoughts are cut off when Moon suddenly turns and sits right next to the generator. Your turn, Sparrow. I nod, shuffling over and flipping the switch, listening to whatever motors and mechanisms are inside power on as LED light flickers to green. 4 down, 1 to go. I turn off the generator as Moon makes a head start back out, and I scramble to follow him. Moon stands up straight, letting out what sounds like a sigh as he stretches his arms above his head. For a moment, I'm reminded how tall he and Sun actually are, just as he goes right back to his usual slouch stance. Moon notices me looking and tilts his head slightly. What? Hey, buddy. You just like being slouchy. They're so cute. Compliment his height, ask why he's that tall. Why would we ask why he's that tall? Well, maybe they made him tall for a reason, so they can like look around and see the kids better. But let's compliment his height. He a tall boy. Christ, you're tall. Moon looks at me confused, like I just asked if the sky is orange. That's it? Well, yeah. Didn't really think about it until now, but God, you're built like a whole giraffe. Moon snickers at my comment, leaning back against the structure behind us. Should I take that as a compliment? Yeah. Okay. Yes, flirt. Yes, platonic. No. Yes. He likes it. He liked it. Moon crosses his arm, looking down at me while he waits for my response. Sparrow? Oh. Oh no. Jesus Christ, why is he looking at me like that? This is very awkward for me. Yeah. Yeah. I give him an awkward thumbs up as if I didn't just forget how the English language works. Moon shakes his head as he starts walking back to the desk. Cute. We called Sun cute and Moon called us cute. Jesus Christ. Am I really flirting with a robot right now? Yes. Yes, we are. Be proud of it. Maybe it's about time I do some serious introspection. Or pretend that's entirely normal in hopes that it happens again. My God, Sparrow, no. Focus. I quickly snap myself out of whatever I was just experiencing. Of course, I follow him back, stopping at the computer. Last one, Sparrow. I know. Last one. It feels kind of weird knowing it's almost over. Earlier, it felt like I was making no progress, and now I'm about ready to leave for the night. Glancing at the clock, it reads 6 a.m. With my hand on the mouse, and I stare at the screen for an option to turn the lights back on. Maybe it's just paranoia over something bad happening when I step out the door, but part of me doesn't want to leave yet. Even though I already know I can't stay forever. I guess Moon caught me staring into space, though, as he waves his hand in front of my face. Sparrow? I blink, snapping back to reality. Huh? Looks like you were just spacing out. Oh, well, you'd be right about that. We stand in silence for a minute before Moon speaks again. Sparrow? Yeah? Do you think we'll see each other again after this? I don't know what I can say to that. I don't make those decisions. But considering how kind Sun and Moon have been to me, it'd be nice to see them more often. Actually, thinking about it makes me remember something else. Well, I don't make those choices here, but I know that the Glamrocks have all have their designated mechanics. I just barely noticed Moon's expression brighten ever so slightly. Maybe, if I get some more time here, I could ask about that. If it helps, Sunny and I could put in a good word for you too. That would definitely help, thanks. I look back at the screen, feeling a bit of new motivation. Ready? Moon nods, and I turn the light back on, wasting no time going to the last few cables that need sorting. Oh, that'd be cute if we could become their mechanic. So we could see them regularly. Oh, there's lots of cables this time. 4, 5, 6. Wait. 7, 8. Before I can even move, Sun picks me up and places me on my 2 feet himself. Looking up, I can see him smiling down at me, his hand on my shoulder. Hey, Sun. Hello! So, what do you think of my little designated mechanic idea? Okay, wait. Okay, what? I'll keep that in mind. It's a great idea, but until then, please stop by whenever you can, okay? Sun's expression brightens, his rays retracting and expanding in what I think is safe to describe as joy. We both stand in silence for a moment, and I glance back at the computer. All I have left to do is turn the lights off, test the last generator, and then I'm home free. I think Sun notices my gaze as he lets go of my shoulders and lightly nudges me to the computer. Go on, Sparrow. I'm sure you want to go home, right? I shrug. Would be nice to go and pass out for a few hours. What about you, though? Well, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I still have plenty to do to prepare for tomorrow when we reopen. That makes sense. I decide to quit stalling and turn off the lights for the last time. Sun standing behind me as I do so. As usual, the daycare is cloaked in droning ambulance, and I can clearly hear the attendants' mechanisms behind me as Sun transforms into Moon again. You ready? Moon nods, already walking ahead. Small question. Would you mind if we walked you out of here? Just in case that person is still around somewhere. As I follow him, I get flashbacks to just a few hours ago. Yeah, I'd appreciate that, thanks. Yeah, please, escort us from the building. It's the least we can do. The last generator is at ground level, so it doesn't take long for us to find it. I still have to tell Vanessa about the whole thing later, too. That's true. Whenever I come back here, I'll keep you and Sun updated. Scooting over to the generator, I flip the switch. To my absolute surprise, it works. After switching it off, Moon and I exit the structure in silence. So, this is it, huh? Moon nods as he walks back to the desk. I follow. I look at the computer screen before glancing back at Moon. I'll be seeing you soon then? Hopefully. Hey, even if I'm not going to be working here anytime soon, I can always just visit as a guest, you know? Huh. I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah, me too. Right as I'm about to turn the lights on, Moon hugs me from behind, arms wrapped around my shoulders. I don't necessarily mind though, and I place my free hand on one of his arms as I turn the light on. Oh, he hugged us goodbye. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into Sun. He doesn't say anything for a minute before backing out of the hug. So, ready to head out? I guess. This would be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting. Yep. I pick up my stuff, do one last check, and head to the door. Sun goes ahead, probably to move some of the makeshift barricade out of the way. His alarm stops him in his tracks. We exchange worried looks. Sun runs up to me, picking me up while the cable lowers and hooks onto his back. Wasting no time, he brings me up to his and Moon's shared room, almost messing up the landing before placing me on the ground and hopefully out of harm's way. Stay here. We'll be back. I can't get another word in before Sun leaves. The nighttime sequence active in the rest of the Pizzaplex as I watch him transform back into Moon from a distance. Noticing the one door that leads out of the room, I block it with the beanbag chair and a few other things just in case. However, as I'm doing that, I remember the hole in the wall I spotted earlier. A hiding place. Forcing myself through the small gap, I drop to the floor on the other side like a sack of potatoes. With a face full of dust, I push myself back up. I use all the boxes I can find to cover up the hole and stop any light from leaking. All I can do now is wait. Trying to calm myself down until Sun or Moon returns. The occasional sound effects from the arcade machine in the corner catch my attention. A potential distraction? The game isn't too loud, but I'm still wary about potentially giving me away. Until I remember the electrical tape I also brought with me. Are we going to play the game? Oh, we smart. I decide to cover up the speakers with it and at least give the game a try, now that I actually have my wallet with me. After brushing the dust and dirt off my clothes, I insert a quarter into the machine before the game starts for what is likely the first time in a decade or so. The game itself isn't bad. It very much reminds me of Flappy Bird, but way more forgiving. The little sun and moon in the corner of the screen certainly helps to lift my mood a bit. I'm about to make some progress as I keep my surroundings in mind, making sure I listen for anything suspicious. Nothing of the sort happens, so I'll continue with the game. Maybe some random burglar decided to try their luck or something. Wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen by a long shot. I smile slightly at the mental image of a poorly masked burglar coming to face with Moon and freaking out. However, my train of thought is cut off when I notice something. Uh-oh, what did we notice? Out of order. A weird purple box towards the bottom of the screen. Wonder if it's some kind of glitched item. I let Balloon Boy fall towards the bottom of the screen and try to pick it up. However, what I'm met with is Balloon Boy phasing towards the obstacles as the visuals are coated in a fiery orange color, the sun in the corner taking a weird dark appearance. The screen freezes on the visual changes as the discordant music continues to play. Pressing the buttons and moving the joystick does nothing. Shit, I broke it. No, it's part of the game. Is this what I get for touching a weird glitchy box in a game that hasn't been touched since the Stone Ages? Probably. Groaning in annoyance, I step away from the machine, debating on whether I should take a nap on the dusty, unclean floor until either Sun or Moon come back, or morning comes and Vanessa lectures me again. Wait, don't leave yet. I jump a whole 2 feet in the air, placing a hand over my rapidly beating heart as I back farther away from the machine, still stuck on the broken visual. There's nothing to be scared of, I assure you. Is the game talking to me? Still shocked. I suppose that's fair. What the hell are you? Give me just a moment. As if this couldn't get any weirder, a hand starts reaching out from the game, appearing glitchy and broken like the game itself. Panicked, I grab the nearest item, a Chica plush, and chuck it at the screen. The plushie phases through the hand, but it dissipates anyway. Actually, now that I think about it, the hand looks a lot like Sun and Moon's, except the dark brown and red color. Ooh. What? Alright, that was just rude. Is this the bug? Answer the question. The voice sighs, and I see something pop onto the screen. It's like a four-armed eclipse. Huh. A familiar-looking celestial robot, coated in dark, warm colors and sprouting four arms with bells and ribbons tied to the wrist. See? His face looked very similar to the messed up sun visual. Even if I were able to scratch and claw and search, there are no words for me to find, though I am considering crawling back through the hole and pretending I never saw this. Come on now, Sparrow. Am I really that frightening? Yes, you are. The hell? How? Heard Moon mention it earlier. Am I talking to a sentient glitch right now? I thought nothing could top nearly being killed by a rabbit with a knife. Oh, how wrong I was. You may call me Eclipse. Ah, it is Eclipse. Ah. Oh, how creative. You're not gonna possess me or something, are you? Not unless you ask. Besides, you're too far. Okay. Thanks for the advice. Have a nice life. I pick up my stuff, about to turn and head out before this gets any weirder. Wait. Allow me one more question. Please? Hell no, I'm not buying whatever you're trying to sell me. Look, Sparrow, at least let me speak. If you really wish to opt out, you can leave this room and forget you ever saw me. All I ask is for a bit of help. No. With what? Well, Eclipse starts to stick one of his four arms out of the screen. However, it only lasts a few seconds before dissipating, separating into glitch-like particles and fading away. As you can see, I'm bound to this machine. Without a physical body to move around with, I'm essentially trapped in this room until the higher-ups inevitably decide to bulldoze it and replace it with a warehouse. All I ask is for help finding another body, so I can finally leave this cursed room. As long as I can move around, I don't care what it is. However, I do have some preferences. Such as... Is it not obvious? With our four arms, Eclipse gestures to himself. If possible, I'd like to coexist with your new friend. No, 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 you are not taking over their body. Sun and Moon? Yes. They already managed to share a body with one another. I like to think there's room for one more. Would you help me with that, Sparrow? Hour 6 hidden? Whoa, is this a hidden thingy? We found a hidden. Hell no. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Something about this feels really wrong. I've had enough weirdness and bad things happen for one lifetime. I don't need to get roped into whatever this guy's doing. Hell no. I don't trust you. And honestly, I prefer to move on with my life without owing favors to sentient video game glitches. Thank you. I toss my stuff through the hole in the wall before starting to crawl through myself. Your choice, Sparrow. Your choice. Once I'm back in the main room, I pick up my stuff just as Sun lands on the balcony. We're back! Hey, so what happened? Nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Oh, just a robber that didn't know any better. I think Moon made them seriously consider breaking in here. Reconsider. Good. Sun holds his arms out, waiting for me. I think it's about time you get home, though. Next time, please get proper rest before coming into work. Yeah, I will. Trust me, I learned. Yeah, we're hallucinating a video game character now. We really need sleep. Good. I go to Son, and he picks me up before bringing me out of the daycare. A bit slowly, so he can to not cause another tangle situation. I try to forget about Eclipse, hoping I can go to bed and wake up forgetting he ever existed. All while Son looks down at me, giving me his usual smile. Hidden End. Oh dear, this is certainly interesting. Thank you for playing. Oh, we found the hidden end. Wait, what would happen if we did let him possess him? Okay, let's see what happens if we try to help him. Is this a good idea? I'm not sure myself, but even if it doesn't work out, I can just walk away from it. It's not like Eclipse can really stop me. What if Eclipse is the bug? I can try? I don't know. I could ask him about it, but that's it. I prefer if you brought them here, honestly. I believe I'd be even more convincing face to face. Something about that sentence feels ominous. Look, I don't know. I already have to leave soon, and I don't know when I'll be back. If it makes things easier, you could just bring me to them. Who knows? Maybe if you start getting to know me in that time, Sun and Moon might not even be needed. I certainly wouldn't mind sharing a physical form with you. Dude, back up. Okay, slow down. Just a suggestion. In the end, the choice is truly yours. So I recommend you do it wisely, Sparrow. Try to bring Sun and Moon. Bring Eclipse to them yourself, which is a flirt. I want to see what both does. I sigh, mentally beating myself up for this decision. This is probably the dumbest decision I could ever make. Most likely. Does it at least kind of sound interesting? I'd be lying if I said no. Mentally preparing myself, I walk back to the arcade machine, standing directly in front of it. Come on, let's get this over with. Eclipse's grin widens almost to a sinister degree. Oh, how kind of you. Eclipse's face suddenly phases through the screen and I stumble back, tripping on air due to the shock and falling back. Eclipse wastes no time, pulling itself out of the machine with all four arms and smiling down at me. Oh, hello. Hey? Hey, buddy? There's something up with your neck? You seem to find me so intimidating, yet you don't run. How priceless. I do believe we'll enjoy our time together, Sparrow. Oh, this is still the hidden end. Oh my gosh, this is really cool. I like that. The only thing I gotta say about the game, I wish it had a skip button to skip through the choices that we've already seen, and I had a better save system. That's my only issues with this game. This game is freaking gorgeous. I am loving it, and I want to try getting the other endings, but it might take me a while because I have to click through it all. Okay, oh wow, we're way back here. Okay, I'll be back again. Alright, I'm running back through it again. This time I'm trying to make all the choices that gets this little points. Okay. Here I think is a good crossroad because investigate the small room. If we don't investigate it, maybe we won't remember to go to it later. So maybe this will send us to a different ending. So we're going to ask about the drawings. What's this? I point to the corner filled with drawings. Sun beams when he looks at it. Those are all gifts from the kids. Mooney and I have been keeping each and every one of them. Son's head tilts, his fingers tapping lightly on the hardwood floor as he goes about all the drawings and the things the kids made specifically for him and Moon. Got any favorites? My eyes are directed towards a little felt plushie of Son. The fact that it's handmade is evident, with buttons for eyes and dried white glue all over the seams. I can't pick a favorite. I love all of them. I stifle a laugh. That's sweet. Son laughs nervously, but before he can say anything, the fairy lights give a brief flicker before dying out. Oh, come on! I watch as I transform into Moon, who seems surprised. Oh, those cheap lights probably burned out. Ah. I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this, but the people in charge of this place aren't known to splurge. Okay, this is back to where we've seen before, so I'll be back. Okay, I tried going through it and not getting any of their little points and see what happened, and they got alerted again, and they just left me here instead of took me up to the top. And it's like, is it smart to try to leave this place when Moon was alerted? I don't know. He did say to get out if he didn't come back soon, though. You know what? The longer I'm here by myself, the more of a sitting duck I am. Chances are that I can make a mad dash out and tell Moon some other time that I didn't feel safe sticking around. I make sure to set the command to turn the lights on before gathering my stuff and leaving it by the desk for me to grab when I'm done. I make a quick drop next to the last few cables. Oh, so are we actually going to try leaving? While, he's on alert? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I hop into my feet before speed walking to the desk to turn the lights on for the last time. Keeping a tight grip on my flashlight, I speed walk to the structures to find the final generator. Oh, we're doing it on our own without Moon. It's a bit of a process, and then I take a few wrong turns here and there, but I'm able to find it on my own. Flipping the switch, a wave of relief washes over me when the LED flashes to green and the generators power on without problem. With the last test run done, I flip the switch back off and waste no time getting out of the structure and back to the desk. I press the button on the wall to open the door, bag in hand, and walk out while constantly checking my surroundings for anything that looks suspicious. A staff-only door enters my view, and my pace quickens to a jog. I use my temporary ID to get in, finally ending my night here and being free to go home. After another staff-only door, I'm met with a cool night air once I step into the massive parking lot. Aw, we didn't say goodbye to him at all. We just left. Sparsely placed cars force the place to look a little less barren. A few lampposts illuminate the way to my own car. Another headache rears its ugly head, but I consider it another effect of my 10 minutes of sleep. Key in hand, I slow my pace as I'm nearing the driver door. My head feels light when I press the button on the key to unlock the door. I grab the handle and notice something in the reflection of the driver door window. We're gonna die. Red eyes. Yep, we gonna die. Spinning around, I try swinging my fist at the familiar rabbit. She dodges. My vision becomes clouded in red and white. She violently grabs me by the neck, pitting me against the car door, and I'm unable to move. I try to claw at her costumed hand as she gets disturbingly close to my face, her eyes practically blinding. It's only then that she speaks. Are you having fun yet? Was that not an ending? Vanessa, please! No! Oh, was that considered an ending? It didn't actually say an ending. Oh no. It did say demo, so maybe it would continue from there? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna try something else real quick. The reason I'm just skipping over it and not letting you guys see it, because it's almost the same thing as the full game, and it's taking me a lot of clicks. Aww. Oh, this is cute. I mean, I was going through it just like normal, and I'd show you if I could back up, but there's not a back button. And what happened was, you know, I was making sure we got all the ones that gave us little like bonus points, and now we have an option to hug him goodbye or say goodbye. We're gonna hug him. Ignoring the computers for now, I wrap my arms around Moon's torso in a tight hug. He freezes for a moment, most likely not expecting it. He eventually hugs me back, though, gently placing his hands on my back. We stay like that for a minute. I'm practically leaning on him, and his hands lightly gripping the back of my shirt. I do let go eventually, though, smiling up at Moon as I'm about to turn the lights on. Moon smiles back, his arms crossed. Oh, we got another artwork! My hand on the computer mouse, I glance back at Moon for the last time tonight. See him, Moon. Moon smiles slightly, his head tilted a bit. Goodbye, Sparrow. Oh. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into sun. Not a word leaves his mouth. So, ready to head out? He shrugs, fidgeting with his hands. I guess. This will be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting. Yep. Oh, he was a bit fidgety this time. That was different. Are we actually gonna leave? We actually left! We actually left this time! Because when we got to this point previously, the alarm went off and we didn't even leave the door. He just took us straight up to their little hidey hole. So we actually left with him this time. As we're making our way to a nearby staff-only room, I glance back at Sun, who seems almost memorized at his surroundings. Baby's first time out of the daycare. I don't blame him. He's never been able to see the rest of the megaplex through his own eyes until now. The staff-only room is pretty mundane, but Sun is lighting up at every detail. He seems to snap out of it once we reach the exit, though. His eyes are back on the floor, and he's back to fidgeting with his hands. Last hug? Last goodbye? Oh, another hug. Dropping my stuff on the floor, I charge at Sun with a hug, making him stumble back a bit. He seems almost stunned for a moment before picking me up and squeezing me back, laughing. I lightly kick my feet back and forth in the air, just savoring the moment before I have to leave. Sun steps ahead of me to hold the door open, the nearly empty parking lot waiting outside. Thanks, Sun. No problem. After taking a few steps outside, I look back at him, waving my free hand. Oh, baby. He waves back, energetic as ever. Are we still going to get jumped by Vanessa this time? Goodbye, Sparrow. Bye. I continue my walk to my car, hearing the door close behind me and the faint sound of bells slowly fade away. I get to my car without any problems, placing my belongings on the passenger seat before starting the engine. Oh, I can feel a small headache coming on as I back out of my spot, but I'm sure it's nothing some sleep won't fix. As I'm leaving, though, I notice something. Oh, no! Or at least I think I do? When I look, though, there's nothing unusual. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I decide I want to get home before I pass out behind the wheel, so I'll keep my eyes on the road, leaving the Pizzaplex behind me for the night. Hey! Hey, we escaped alive that time! Okay, so that means we have gotten 3 endings. I don't know if the special ending counts as one of the main endings or if there's really supposed to be 4 endings, but I did get 3 endings, okay? So if I'm missing an ending, I am sorry. You guys, please follow the link down below and you can try seeing if there's another ending for yourself that I missed. Yeah. And if you do, please comment and let me know so I can go check it out. Oh, I really love this game. Our sweet babies. Oh, the last hugs killed me, though. It was like, last hug, last goodbye. And it's like, no. On the page, it does say demo on it. I don't know if this will be expanded. I would love for it to. It does seem like it's kind of complete, but maybe like there could be other days and stuff. I don't know, but I am definitely following this dev now because this is amazing and I would love to see more of their work, even if it doesn't involve Sun and Moon, but I kind of wish it does. The BBs! The BBs! Okay, I am really happy with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and thank you for watching. Please let me know down below what you thought about this game, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!